Hi, I'm Kat, and this is today's tarot. The opening card that we have for today is the King of Wands. This is telling us to lead our actions today from the heart. Make sure that when you're in an interaction with someone that you approach that interaction from a place of leading an example. And I say that because this card is associated with Leo. You can see that there's a king sitting on a throne and he has one single wand. And so he's ruling his actions by what rules the sun, which is the heart and that principle of growth. And so what calls you to engage, what calls you to interact with people, and how do you want to be in that interaction? Do you want to lead by a way of authority or lead by a way of example? This could also reveal that someone could be coming into your life today or working with you in some way that acts as this figure to you and can lead you by an example. Being kind, being generous, and interacting from a heart space. The challenge that we have for today is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a big change, but consider that this is the second most beneficial card in the deck because it's associated with Jupiter, which is the sun behind the sun, and it typically is associated with some kind of help in some way through change of circumstances. And when you consider the movements of this card, you have the 4 fixed signs on all the corners, and you have this great wheel with a sphinx sitting on top of it and Anubis kind of spinning down, and then you have this snake, which is typically a symbol of transformation, also on the wheel. So how do we approach change? Do we approach change by the way of like shaking our fist at the sky, or do we approach change as looking at it and as a way of opportunity, because there's this energy and there's this movement that we can actually embrace and work with us? Now, what's so interesting to me about this card showing up today is that last night I went to sleep with this vision of like a great wheel and having someone that was part of a circus on that wheel, and instead of like just falling off this wheel once they get to this side, right, they actually could grab a hold of one of the rungs and use that like force, almost like a Ferris wheel uses that energy to like pick itself up and go around in a new octave and a new cycle and evolution of self. So I see it as opportunity, but why it shows up as a challenge today is because we haven't quite figured out how to work with that energy. Now, the way we get through the challenge is the Emperor. This is a card that is telling us to bring order out of the chaos in whatever way that is. You might need to get a little bit of perspective in this area, and you can see in this card you have this warrior kind of ram helmet individual who's sitting and like is kneeling on the ground, and in the background there's this window in the mountain. And so it's asking us to look at things from a new light, from a bigger perspective, and to bring order to our lives based on what we see. So if there's, a moment of where you just feel overwhelmed in your life and you're like, oh my God, all this stuff is happening, I don't know what to do, what do you know what to do? What can you take care of that's practical? Do you need to do your taxes? Do you need to organize something around your house? These are things that we can bring order out of chaos. Do you need to have a conversation with someone? Do you need to go to someone to process something because it helps you create order out of chaos? There could also be this person who you can interact with today that can help you with that space. Consider that this card is also associated with Aries energy, and right now we have the Sun, Mercury, and Venus all up in Aries right now. So it's like we're getting a meeting of our essence, which is the Sun, our Sun energy, Mercury, the way that we see things, the way we talk about things, and Venus, which is like how we interact with people and relationships, and all of those energies are in the same area of the sky right now. So when the sun rises, all of those energies are rising and affecting us throughout the day. And so in that way, with the meeting of the minds, mind, heart, and essence, we are ultimately, you know, able to create some order out of this change that we're experiencing. So that's pretty cool. The overall energy that we are dealing with today, the overall outcome, is the Seven of Swords. So this is a card about learning through experiences and recognizing which of your ideas are useful to put attention to and which ones are more useful to let go. You know, it's like walking down the street. You can look at any single thing and be captivated by any single thing, or you can be totally captivated and imprisoned in your mind. There's a lot of different impressions that we can be fed by throughout the day. And this is, I think, telling us that we need to choose wisely what we put our focus on and put our attention toward what we need to focus on. And it also speaks to this person who is kind of doing something on their own and taking care of things in a way that's responsible to the self. So this is our reading for today. I hope you are well wherever you are, and I send you a good wish. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.